Hi there folks, welcome to Dunsy's Guitar World. Now in last week's incredibly exciting episode we were looking at some guitars on Zenmarket. We were window shopping from the other side of the world through an internet browser. Now in that video most of the guitars I were looking at was between $275 and $375, although there were some guitars in my watch list. That's a hint. There were some guitars in my watch list which were less than that. So in between making that video and making this video today, I got my backdated pay rise at the day job. It's taken a good few months, but I got £600, just over £600. I had some money in the bank, so I thought I'll increase that to £700. I'll give myself a £700 budget. And you know what I'll do? I'll buy a guitar, because as you would see in my video from a couple of weeks ago, I only have 30 guitars. I'll probably need another one. So I've probably got a budget. I want to spend maybe between £600 and £700. That's the backdated pay rise and a bit of money I had in the bank. So I thought, maybe I could buy something from the UK. So I had a look at Andertons to see what's available between £500 and £700. Let's call it that, between £500 and £700. So let's have a quick look, see what's available in the UK at Andertons. Now other guitar shops are available. I just went to Andertons because I thought they probably got quite a lot of stuff in stock. So let's start at £700. As I say, budget anywhere between £500 and £700. So what do they have? Starting around the £700 mark, working our way down to maybe £600, £500. So we have a Gretsch G4 5420T Electromatic, a PRS SE McCarthy 594 I just bought, a McCarthy 594, Fender Player Strat HS, I'm not a Strat guy, PRS, let's continue. Another Gretsch Epiphone, I'm not a big fan of Epiphone guitars, I'll make a video on that at some point. More Strats, not a Strat guy. Tellies, don't mind the occasional Telecaster, I've got 3 or 4 Telecasters. Kramer's, a bit too heavy metal for me. Let's go forward. Fender Jaguar, thinking of getting a Fender Jaguar. More Epiphones, more Strats, that kind of thing. More heavy metal guitars. Oh, a Cheap Trick, themed Jackson X series. Fender players. Everybody's got lots of Strats. I wish I was a Strat guy. Flying V, oh, Epiphone Flying V. Epiphone Explorer, nice. So we're at, what about 649 now? Oh, look at that pointy ESP. Chapman ML3, I never tried Chapman guitars. Very heavy metal Jackson Warrior. Epiphone Firebird, 649. Sire Larry Carrollton. Jackson, blah blah blah. So we're down to about 629, 619. Epiphone SG. So that's about £600. So I have to say, I mean, there's not a lot there that I'm particularly interested in. So what I thought was, I'll have another look on Zenmarket. Now, I let the cat out of the bag here. I did buy something that was on my watch list in the previous video, but I'm not going to tell you what it is just now. But I did purchase something. It worked out under £300, let's just say £300. So I have a budget of £700 maximum. Shipping is going to be, I don't know, £60, so that's 360. That probably leaves me £350, and I'll put 100 aside for import tax. It will likely be more than that, but I have 3 or 4 months to pay for that. So that leaves me a budget of, let's just say a budget of £250 to buy a guitar. So on that budget I added a few things to my watch list, a new watch list, and we'll have a look at them today. They're cheaper, under £250. We'll have a quick look at them, and then at the end of the video I'll let you see the 2 that I bought. I may blur them slightly and you'll have to guess what they are, but I'll let you see the 2 that I bought and how much they have cost to buy them in Japan, to get them shipped to the warehouse in Japan, and to pay for shipping to the UK. I will have to deal with the import costs at the end of that, but we will see how much I have left to do that. So without any further ado, let's have a look at some guitars on the internet. First of all, we have a Camel. I'm going to buy a Camel on the internet. I better be careful buying a Camel on the internet. An electric guitar Camel, oh, that's okay. Electric guitar Camel. Now, I had a quick look at these. I'm not a Strat guy, but I had a quick look, £187.48. A nice guitar. Up next we have our Tokai Super Edition ST Buy now, £240. It's got a humbucker. I'm not a Strat guy, but I like Strats with humbuckers. It's had the cheaper tuners. Yes, that's one of the lower models. Frets are in good condition though. Buy now, £240. 50% frets, it says, 3.7. The exact model number is unknown. Appears to be a 40 or 48, so quite a low model in the catalogue. What else do we have? A Yamaha SS 700EX. I like these. I do quite like these. They're quirky. A big banana headstock, big banana feet. A few dings on that. I mean, oh my goodness. I don't think I'll get that one. Bit too much. £181. Bit too much damage for me. What do we have next? Yamaha SL 500S. I think that's a solid top. Did I show that in the last video? I can't remember. Solid top in that. 60% frets, 4 kilograms. That's quite a nice guitar, I have to say. I think it is a solid top. It's had the bridge pickup replaced to a P90 for some reason, but it is nice. Good price as well. Sort of horizontal flame. Not too many dings. I've got guitars that have more dings than that. So a Yamaha SL 500 Royce tuners. Did these come with Royce tuners? Don't know. Frets on this one look in quite good shape as well. No fret end binding for the 500s. No damage on the heel there either. So that's your Yamaha. Yeah, it seems to have a P90 in the bridge. I think it's £215.89. No tax on that one. Next up, Fernandez Telecaster. I've owned one of these. It was quite nice. The neck was a bit slim for me though. But it's only £76. It's in good condition. 2 single coils. Not sure if these are active pickups. No. Some of these Yamaha ones are active pickups. So it's got a scarf joint on the neck. Not too many things. So that's your Fernandez TE style. £76. No bids. 10% tax to pay if you were lucky enough to win that in an auction. Next up, a Morales ZES 300. I don't know much about these, but I do like these Mosrite copies. I think the original Mosrites are very, very light, but they have like really small necks and quite small frets as well. Oh my goodness, this one's been hand painted. There's your hand. Look at the bridge on that. Holy smokes. That's a worse job at painting than I do in my house. A Morales Mosrite copy. I'm going to have to do a bit of research on these. Morales Mosrite. What else do we have? Greco TL 600. When's that from? Oh, keys. Yeah, a couple of keys. Keys to the door. What's that? 21 or something like that? It still has the ashtray bridge. Oh, it's an old logo. Early 70s logo. Looks in good condition. Decent frets as well. But I think if I was going to buy it, I'd be pleased with the keys. So what's that? 170, 10%. No bids yet. A few dings down the bottom there as well. About home painting. A lot of people home painting their guitars. A Greco TL 600. 60% frets. Neck warp almost flat. Weight 2.4 kilograms. Yeah, your TE TL 600. That looks alright. Next up, another Strat. Yamaha SR 400. Buy now, £198. Super rock and roller. I'd like to be a super rock and roller myself. Multi-piece body. Traditional Fender trem. Looks in good condition though, it's got to be said. It's in decent condition. Nice flame on the multi-piece body. How many bits is that? Three-piece body. Cheaper tuners, the SR400s, yeah, those. I tend to avoid these guitars with those tuners because the few I've had to replace the tuners. £198 though, by now. 3.7 kilograms. Frets are 60 to 70%. That looks alright, if I was a Strat guy. What's next? A Greco EG650 1970s. I've said in a few videos I'm not overly keen on the earlier 70s. Look at that case. Randy Rhoads on the case, Aussie. It's got a very old pickup in it. Those pickups. Oh, it's got the body carved as well. Is that another bit of home painting on the back of that? Nice flame on the top though. Looks pretty good. Speed knobs. Oh, it's got the bridge they used on earlier ones as well. Yeah, so I guess if that's no serial number, is middle of 1975. Nice bit of home painting again. There's been a lot of decorating going on in Japan. Nah, £170. Pancake body. It's like they've used nail varnish or something like that. 1970s red sunburst. 60% frets, almost flat. Neck. The tone effect of the control knob is weak. One arm or alloys, let's look at that. £23.29, 26 bids. So yeah, the Mosrite copy. This one doesn't seem to be hand painted though. You get a case. I always like to look at a Mosrite, you know, you could just form a Ramones covers band and just get a Mosrite. That's a beefy, ooh, look at the frets. Oh, I think that's been underwater. Oh man, that's in bad shape, that's in worse shape than me, but that bridge is unbelievable. So yes, £23.29, a bargain there, 23, 10% tax. So there's no home painting, but my goodness, there is some damage in that, big scratches and stuff. Cheaper tuners, well, I think they'll need replaced. Don't know much about these, but I think these are, oh, not with 40, I'm a 42, 43 man. I believe these are 60s guitars, but I will do a bit of research. So yes, another Mosrite copy by Morales. What's next? Aria Pro 2. Let's have a look at an Aria Pro 2. What's the date on this? Got a case. Oh, look at that top. Is that a solid top? Difficult to tell with some of these. It could be hollow, like I said in my last video. It's got a sycamore top, kind of bent over the top. I don't think these came with Bigsby's. Beefy frets. No serial, so when did Aria start serial numbers? I guess later in the 70s as well. That's nice. You got a manual book as well. Hard case. PAFs, perhaps DiMarzio PAFs or something like that. Nice enough guitar, £170. No bids. And that's a bit. Les Paul Bigsby, Japan Vintage Aria Pro. Decent guitar, worth getting. LS600 appears to be product from the 80s. I didn't see any serial number there. Anyway, moving on, another SS700. Another Morales Mosrite guitar. Oh, buy now, £198. I could be in a Ramones covers band. A Morales, I don't know much about these. Do I want this? Do I want it? What I did was a bit of research on these. So these Morales are reasonably well thought of copies of Mosrite guitars made, I think 67 and 68 or 68 and 69, definitely late 60s guitars. From what I read, the reviews I read, the necks are bigger than the original Mosrites and the frets are bigger as well, but they are heavy. Somebody said in a review they're like 5k, 5 kilograms, which is over £10. And also in some reviews I've read, they said although they are single coil pickups, they are super hot pickups, like between 10 and 15k. And look at that trem system. So the only sensible thing to do was buy this. So that is the second guitar that I bought. So can you guess what guitar I bought from the first video? It wasn't my watch list. I was kind of humming and hawing saying, oh, I don't know about this, I'm not sure. But I remember seeing Rock Goddess. I remember seeing Jodie playing one on TV in 1985, and I thought, I'm going to buy it. It's got a Rock Goddess connection because Jodie Turner played one. So the first guitar I bought that was in my last video is this one here. It's an operation confirmed, including Tokai blazing fire sound. Now, I'm not 100% sure this is one of their aluminium guitars, but from further research, I think it may be. They did wooden ones as well. I think this is an aluminium guitar, and I'm prepared to take that risk. So I did buy this. It was £241.99. So let's look at that. So 42,900 yen. Local shipping within Japan was 2,260 yen, and 300 yen for Zenmarket commission, giving me a grand total on this Tokai guitar of 45,460 yen. If that was pounds, that still wouldn't even get me a greenie from Gibson. 45,460 pounds. Well, not one of the $50,000 greenies. And the guitar that I've just been looking at that I bought second on this particular video is this one. The Morales Mosrite model guitar. So that's 35,000 yen plus 0 shipping plus 300 Zenmarket commission, giving me a grand total on that guitar of 35,300. Now I got these shipped together, surface mail, and the grand total for these two guitars to get shipped to the UK was 9,500 yen. So the total of these two guitars, shipping costs within Japan, commission costs from Zenmarket, and then international shipping is 90,260 yen, which equates to a UK pound price today of £483. So I have brought these two guitars in for under 500, but that is only buying them and getting them shipped to the UK. I have to look at the import costs on top of that. So the total price, 483. Now I probably will have to pay, I reckon, between 150 and £200 import on that, because you pay VAT and you pay import, and for some reason Parcel Force just fire on an arbitrary £20 fee or something on everything. So let's just err on the side of caution and we'll say this entire transaction for two guitars coming from Japan, £200, 483, £683. So I've came in under my £700 budget. So there you have it, two guitars coming from Japan. I reckon, yet to be confirmed, but I reckon the entire price will be under £700. That was a budget I had. We had a look at some guitars that were on Andertons. Let me know, do you think I should have bought a guitar from Andertons between £600 and £700? Or do you think I was wise? Invested my money sensibly in a couple of old guitars from Japan that I've never played. I have no idea what condition they're going to be. I've only seen 8 photographs of each. One is from the late 60s, it's almost as old as me. It looks to be in the same kind of condition that I'm in. One is from the early to mid 80s, could be aluminium, might not be aluminium. It has 1 million stickers on it. Take a bit of cleaning, that's for sure. So let me know in the comments, did I do the sensible thing? We're all guitar players here, we all buy guitars. Would you have done this, or would you have got the Andertons guitar? Who knows? As ever folks, it's a privilege and a pleasure bringing you content on Dunsy's Guitar World. Cheers for now.